All right, we are live, ladies and gentlemen, for the 2024 Arnold Classic UK Men's Open Finals. Thank you, everybody, for joining me here on EP09 Bodybuilding. What's up, you guys? Glad yous are here. Now, we had a very exciting prejudging. We had Samson Dauda, who definitely showed up improved from what we saw at the Arnold, Ohio. Marginally improved. Hadi Choopan ended up flying in late to the competition. So at only about a day out, he ended up flying in, which of course can cause all kinds of issues when it comes to water retention, especially. We did see a very impressive package of Hadi, and it is pretty much the general consensus out there that people think Hadi is still going to win this show. I actually put a poll up on my channel community tab, and at just over 900 votes, we did have the majority thinking that Hadi is going to take home the win. So you guys let me know what you think in the comments section. Like I said, thanks again for everybody for joining me here. We're just waiting for the first class to come on. It shouldn't be much longer. Really not many competitors in this show, so that really makes a difference here for us. It really shouldn't take that long to really get to the men's open here. I won't be surprised if they have the men on first, and from there, they'll do the probably the confirmation, or I'm not really sure what stage they're at when it comes to the bikini class and the men's physique class. But I'd imagine like everybody will be getting their awards, and they'll give out the awards for the men's open last, of course. But there's only 3 divisions in this final, so it won't take long, guys. Hit me up in the comments. Let me know who you guys have winning the 2024 Arnold Classic UK. I'd like to put up a poll, actually. Maybe I should. So yeah, hit me up in the comments, guys. Who do you have winning after prejudging? What did you think of Akeem Williams? Akeem Williams, extremely impressive. This was a better version of Akeem than we saw, I think, in Ohio. Definitely better than what we saw at the prejudging in Ohio. He did come back at finals, much improved. I would say what we saw at the prejudging here at the UK show was comparable. I would say comparable to what we saw at finals. Maybe not quite as sharp, but if Akeem sharpens up here for the finals, I think he'll end up taking top 3 in this show, you guys. I think Akeem Williams is definitely in contention to take that 3rd place spot. And that's a huge win for a guy like Akeem. He's had a few seasons where he hasn't really shown up in the best shape that we've seen him in the past, because you guys got to remember, Akeem has finished as high as top 6 at the Olympia before, right? So for a guy like that to be able to finish in the top 6 and then really fall off for a couple of years, it was really disappointing. But we are seeing him find his way. He's been working with Chris Aceto, which, it's very difficult to, have a bad prep with a guy like Chris. So Akeem, I think, is making all the right moves now. But you guys let me know. Who did you have in that 3rd place spot? Maybe you had John De La Rosa, who did show up here in good shape. But I just don't think that John quite had the polish that Akeem had here. Akeem was just so well improved. I was very impressed with Akeem. But yeah, you guys let me know what you think. David says Hadi. Brandon Oberem says Hadi winning. Yeah, that's the majority of a lot of the bodybuilding fandom out there. Pretty much everybody thinks that Hadi's going to take home the win. If I was to choose right now, I would say Hadi is slightly ahead after prejudging. But that does not mean that Samson can't pull ahead. Make no mistake, he certainly could pull ahead here. David, what's up, man? David says it's going to come down to Hadi and Nick at the O. Now, Nick Walker is a whole other story here. A whole other story. I do think that it's going to be a very exciting season for Nick Walker. Nick is on a warpath, man. He is ready to come in and just destroy everybody. After missing out on the 2023 Olympia due to that hamstring tear, he's ready. He's been working very hard to get back in shape to be able to really train those hamstrings. And he's only, 10 weeks out from the New York Pro now? I do think Nick is going to make a statement at this year's Olympia. Well, he's going to make a statement when he goes head to head with Tonio Burton here in only 10 weeks. Tonio knows he's my boy, so we'll see how he does. So yeah, hit me up in the comments section, you guys. Who do you got winning this? Who do you got winning this Arnold Classic? Let me know what you thought of Wesley Vissers taking home his second Arnold Classic title in only 2 weeks. Now, there's a guy that everyone says is going to be in contention to, I mean, challenge Chris Bumstead. And last year, Wesley was 7th at the Olympia. So, I mean, it's crazy to think about that too, you guys. Crazy. And I've been a big fan of Wesley for a long, long time. I saw him coming, I mean, from miles away, really. Raymond Jones, what's up, bro? Good to see you. Hadi for the win. Yeah, me and you were talking about this in the comments section of my video I posted this morning. I think it is going to end up being Hadi for the win. I think that Hadi is ahead right now. I don't think that Samson can make up that much ground. I think that Samson needs a break. Samson has been on a warpath, like doing show after show after show. Eventually, you gotta take a break, you know? And he's earned one. So, how's Samson going to show up here? Will he be improved? I think there's a chance, but I think it's a slim chance at this point. I think he'll be at least as good as what we saw at the prejudging yesterday. Brandon Overham says, stoked for Wesley, underrated for many years. Yeah, man, Wesley was underrated for many years. Wesley is one of the most impressive classic physiques that you'll find anywhere. He really, really is that good. I mean, he stands out from the crowd, but I think he stands out from the crowd in the best way possible, you know? He really is that good. Anybody that follows my channel, you guys know. I've been a big fan of Wesley for a long time, and I saw him coming so far before he even took 7th at the Olympia. David says, I got to meet Nick and Guy at the grand opening in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania this weekend. Should be cool. Oh, you get to meet them. Oh, that's awesome, bro. And I think Akeem Williams will take 3rd here. Yeah, I think Akeem is going to take 3rd. I'll actually be disappointed if Akeem doesn't take 3rd, to be honest. Not to take anything away from John De La Rosa, not to take anything away from James Hollingshead or even Antoine Vaillant. You know, these guys all showed up in good shape, but Akeem is just too far improved as far as I'm concerned. The side shots for Akeem, insane. Absolutely insane. The striations in the quad, the separation between the quad and hamstring, the thickness in the arm, the chest, the shoulders. He just looks massive, bro. Akeem really, really stepped up. And I'm interested to see what he does the rest of this season. What else do we got here? Nick wins New York for sure. I mean, it's going to be a tough battle for Tonio to take him out, man. And Tonio knows that. You know, Tonio is going to play to his strengths, which is going to be his ability to out-shape Nick Walker. And the potential is there for him to out-condition Nick, but it is a slim chance, man. It is a slim chance. Nick is really, really going to be tough to beat. I don't know if anybody's going to be able to beat him in New York. But, you know, Tonio has a plan, and Tonio will end up with his Olympia qualification. Who else we got? Jay says, James is flat but gets the hometown love, so maybe 4th? Yeah, maybe, man. Maybe. I wouldn't be surprised if James took 4th. I think that James looked a lot better when I saw some of the HD footage, you know. The HD footage did do James better justice. And, you know, there's another conversation to be had about James prepping himself again and not really working with Milos. There was a whole thing with that. I don't know how much you guys know about that, but yeah, I think at the end of the day, Milos is still a fantastic coach. You know, he still has Regan Grimes, he has Horse MD, and a myriad of other athletes. So, yeah, we'll see. James definitely has a chance for 4th place here. Raymond Jones says, I agree. Samson improved his conditioning and midsection control, but it's not enough to beat Hadi. Yeah, probably not. Probably not. I saw Hadi winning, although, like I told you, man, it's definitely closer between Hadi and Samson at this show than it was 2 weeks ago, without question. I think everybody pretty much agrees with that universally at this point. Uh, Boris Ambrosa says Hadi first, Samson second, De La Rosa third. Yeah, yeah, and there's a good possibility for that too. De La Rosa did show up in shape, man. Like, that guy doesn't show up out of shape. I just think that Akeem has a little bit better shape from the front and from the side. From the back, Akeem needs to work on his back. There's no question. But after that car accident, I think it's been tough for him. But even still, I still think that he deserves third place after prejudging. Brandon Obram, Akeem is a beast. He is a beast, man. He is a beast. And I'm really glad that he's finally dialing it in because he deserves his due. He does. It's always tough when you see a guy nail it at one point in their career and then not quite nail it again, you know? Justin Rodriguez is dealing with that right now. He was 8th at the Olympia at one point, and he just doesn't seem to be able to get that look on stage again, man. It's too bad. I was hoping Justin would be in this show. There's only 7 guys in the open lineup. Lift Big for Muscle. Is the stream allowed to be broadcasted live on people's YouTube channels? Now, that's a great question, bro. Thank you for asking that. As a matter of fact, good friend of the channel, Xavier Wills over at Desktop Bodybuilding, he actually reached out to Brian Powers on this one, who basically manages this show, and he said that for this one, in the words that were provided me from Xavier, Brian says that he'll let it slide. So that's good for me. That's good enough for me. We're gonna live stream it, guys. We're gonna live stream it. And thanks everybody for being here. Make sure that you guys subscribe to the channel if you're new here. And if you are new here, welcome to EP09 Bodybuilding. Thank you for being here. Raymond Jones says Tonio is closer to Nick than Samson is to Hadi. Bro, that's quite a statement. That is quite a statement. Tonio is closer to Nick than Samson is to Hadi? Wow. That probably would not be a common opinion, bro. I'm gonna have to think about that when I get back to you. It's that's a really bold statement. Go fitness, go fitness in the chat, boys. Go fitness, Krishan. What's going on, bro? I still got to get you on the bodybuilding breakdown, man. We got to make that happen soon. Thanks for being here, man. Go Fitness. Everybody go subscribe to Go Fitness. One of the longest standing channels out there for bodybuilding. Davey Addict, let's go. What's up, Davey? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. C and BS Garden. Too bad James left his abs in the gym. James's abs were washed out. They did look washed out. Those front shots, I find that James is doing what Nick Walker used to do, where he would like elongate his midsection, you know, when he would do the front double. If he crunched down on those abs and that's the only thing that he did, I think it would serve James much better. Because when Nick did it, fun fact, it was actually Fouad Abiad that told Nick that he should be doing that. It completely changed his front double, and it put Nick ahead of guys in that shot, you know, once he started doing it. So maybe James could benefit from that. Dubin Jiang is back. How's it going, bro? Thanks for doing this. Great channel, even better commentary. Hey, I appreciate you being here, man. I really do. Thanks for being here. JK says, taking consideration, Hadi arrives late in the UK due to visa issues and still looking good. I certainly did take that into consideration. I'm surprised. I'm honestly surprised because we've seen competitors do this and showed up looking like a bag of milk, man. Honestly, you know, they just look like they're nothing but water. Sergio Oliva Jr. did it last year for the Cali Pro. We saw William Bonac do it 3 days before the 2022 Olympia. William Bonac was in the Netherlands. Of course, he was there because his show was actually happening, like the William Bonac Classic, I believe it's called. But he showed up just not as good as he usually is. You know, there's no getting around it. Yeah, I'll come. I'll come deal with it. Okay, bud. I'll deal with it. Okay. Thanks. That's my boy. Let's see here. Um. Yep. Go ahead. Let's see here. Anybody that follows my channel knows sometimes my boy pops in on us. He's a little YouTuber himself. Let's see. Davey Addict says, I don't know. I really like Tonio. He's like Dexter for me. He's aesthetic. I'll as I, yeah, he's aesthetic as all hell. Yeah, Tonio is, man, and his aesthetics and his conditioning and his presentation. Those are the things that gets Tonio, that has really gotten Tonio to the point that he's at, which is top 8 in the world. I should get Tonio back on the channel before he does a couple of shows and see how he's feeling. He's out there in Brazil right now doing some training. So, yeah, Tonio has a big season ahead of him, man. But he has a big challenge in front of him with Nick Walker. Ali says Hadi is the best bodybuilder in the world in terms of conditioning. Yeah, you could argue that between him and Nick Walker. Nick shows up with fantastic conditioning as well, but Hadi is definitely the most consistent when it comes to conditioning so far. Actually, I'm gonna ask you guys: Does anybody know? Well, does anybody know what I would consider Hadi's best look? Let me know in the comments if you guys know the show that I'm thinking of that Hadi Choopan had his best look ever. Just let me know. It'd be fun. Operation Truth, what's going on, bro? Good to see you. Samson has a blown out GH gut. Samson's midsection control, I think, was better at prejudging here than it was in Ohio. But his midsection is increasingly becoming a problem. Everybody has been saying it. So I don't know. It's a tough one when it comes to Samson's midsection. You know, it's not terrible. Like, I don't think it's a blown out GH gut at this point. But he does need to emphasize the control. I definitely agree with that. Samson has gyno. I noticed that too. I think, without him actually saying it, part of Samson's plan is probably to go and get that dealt with before the Olympia. And that will basically force him to take a break from, I mean, everything. Weights, diet, all of it. I mean, this guy went from being a construction worker to one of the best bodybuilders in the world in like a 3 or 4 year period. You know, he didn't have that time grinding it out with, the amateur leagues like you see some of these guys that did, man. So, yeah, Samson, I think he needs a serious break. David said Nick doesn't get enough credit for who he is and what he's capable of. A lot of people. I think that Nick is getting his due now. I think he is finally starting to get it. But at first, yeah, he was counted out left, right, and center, man. Superset Man. Superset Man's in the chat. What's going on, Superset Man? Everybody go subscribe to Superset Man as well. And you answered the question correctly. Vancouver Pro 2019, Hadi Choopan's best look, hands down. Everybody said it was actually 2 weeks ago. I disagree with that. I still think that Hadi was absolutely at his best at that 2019 Vancouver Pro. The lighting was better in Vancouver as well, but it was his best, hands down. Good job, dude. Ben Singer said Vancouver 2018. Maybe you meant 2019. AT, what's going on, bro? What's going on? Why haven't I hit 100,000 subscribers yet? All in good time. Anybody new to the channel here? Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. We are going straight up to, well, I actually just hit 3,000. Next goal for me is 10,000, and then we're just going to keep this rolling, you guys. We're just going to keep it rolling. I appreciate the support, though, bro. Thank you. Jay said, I just subbed to Go Fitness. You got to sub to Go Fitness, bro. He's someone that is so knowledgeable, and he's consistent with his content. He's a great dude, too. Let's see. Hadi's midsection is nowhere near etched out or carved out as hot. Oh, Samson's midsection is nowhere near etched out or carved out as Hadi's. No, it's not. No. Hadi's midsection is not only impressive, but it's something that he has improved upon when it comes to his presentation, which is why I really enjoy seeing Hadi, I really enjoyed seeing Hadi 2 weeks ago, as well as at this show. He has made improvements in his presentation. He's made improvements in his aesthetics. And a lot of people thought that wasn't even possible. So hats off to Hadi. He is probably in the lead here after prejudging. I think he is. Dubin Jiang says, Nick Walker is looking insane. Makes me want to tear up my gym card. Makes me want to tear up my gym card into tiny little pieces. Yeah, bro. Look, that's what it's like when I do the Canadian Beef podcast with like Robin Strand and Morgan McDonald and Joe Seaman and I mean all these guys are just they're massive, bro. They're massive. I've actually been talking with Robin about the potential of him maybe coaching me. Just I don't know. I've never had a coach before, so it might be an interesting experience, and it might be something that we kind of document here. So we'll see what happens. We'll see. Shout out to Canadian Beef Podcast. Go subscribe to Canadian Beef. Chris Gilling says, I noticed a few months ago that Samson appears to have gyno. Yeah, I noticed that actually pretty much this show is where I really noticed it. And if that's going to become more and more apparent, that's going to be a problem. I do think that he's going to take the time to fix it. I mean, he won't let that go. William Bonac let it go, and it was a mistake. You know, it was a mistake for William to let that go. See if I can bring up some more of the screen here. Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. Okay, great. Let's see. What else do we got? Samson needs to do the vacuum pose exercises. It did wonders for Hunter Labrada. Would I agree? Brent Balster, thanks for the question, man. Appreciate it. I do agree that if Samson can continue to improve on the vacuum, that it will serve his physique very well. Hunter Labrada actually went to Charles Griffin to get tips on how to improve his midsection, and it did wonders for him. Hunter transformed his midsection. He was doing rounds of fasted cardio in the morning, and then Hunter would go and do 3-4 rounds of vacuums on an completely fasted. It worked wonder for him. There's no question. It looks like they're going to start the show here soon, bro. That's great. That's great. We'll get through a few more comments here. Tonio will look like men's physique next to the new Nick Walker. Plus, Samson was fading as he posed. Now, Samson, that's one thing I didn't talk about yet. Samson Dauda, without a doubt, was starting to sweat really, really bad after the second round of the comparisons between him and Hadi. Now, if you guys remember, they actually did 3 rounds of the comparisons between Hadi and Samson in Ohio. But they only did 2 rounds of the comparisons here at the UK show. Now, why is that, I wonder? Why is that? Did they see Samson sweating and decide that maybe they wanted to give the hometown guy a little bit more, I don't want to say advantage, but maybe just, give him a little bit more leeway, Because I don't know if you guys remember, we've seen Beirut actually it was the Arnold Brazil 2022. No, yeah, it was 2022. When he started sweating bullets, man, everybody on that stage was sweating bullets. It's not a good look. It's just not. So maybe they give him a little bit of leeway there. Go Fitness says Hadi will be even better today. Yeah, I think he will. I think he will too. I'm really excited to see Hadi. And we got Bob Ciccarillo taking the stage, which means we're not far off from getting into some of the physique rounds, guys. What else do we got? Red Loop, what's up, bro? What's up? Red Loop in the house. The emotional breakdowns and the gyno could be linked. Seems like his estrogen has gone through the roof. I don't know, man. I don't know. He definitely needs a break, and he definitely needs to get that gyno fixed, for sure. Go Fitness says, Hadi never fades. You're right. Hadi never fades, man. He doesn't. Hadi is the king of endurance. No question. He could go 5, 6 rounds more. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised at all. Who else do we got here? Connie Alvarez. What's going on? Welcome back. Breon didn't deserve second place yesterday. Oh, come on, man. Why you got to do that to me? Come on. Breon deserved second place. Breon definitely deserved it. Urs was improved. I do agree with you. But I just think that I do think that Breon beat him. I think Breon beat him from the side. I think Breon beat him from the back. From the front, I would give it to Urs. But no, I think Breon deserved his placing. I do. Davey Addict says Hadi will take it for sure. I think he's ahead. Yeah, Connie. I think the judges. Maybe there was different judges at at the UK as opposed to the Ohio. I know Big Steve is there. I'm assuming Tyler's there. So these guys would have seen both of them, and you gotta believe that when it comes to the changes that you make in that 2 week period, that they take that into consideration from show to show. Urs was better. There's no question. Definitely. CNBS Garden says, good to see Bob's suit oiled up. Ah, well, Bob's certainly not going to strip down and oil up these days, bro. Definitely not. Thank God. Uh, Frank Bertrand Boo, Choopan the bravest for the wolf in Best of Chambers. Hadi is very impressive. There's no question. Very impressive. And he's in the lead after prejudging. Ah, here he is, Brian Powers, the man that said, "Let us do the live stream." Thank you, Brian Powers. We appreciate you, bro. This is a free live stream, you guys. I mean, 2 weeks in a row, free live streams. This is great. Funny guy. Uh, Stefan Artuni. The judges are different besides the head judges from the Arnold. So, yeah, that would do it right there, right? Just the fact that they're different judges when it comes to the classic physique category, especially. Davey Addick says, JK, I got Dexter, but I wasn't to see what Tonio can bring this year. Tonio's gonna smash it this year, man. Tonio is gonna kill it. He's over in Brazil training right now, you know? Tonio is not holding back. I will tell you right now. Let's see. What else do we got? Frank Bertrand Boo. Next night of champions to Olympia. Next night of champion to Olympia. Not sure what you mean, bro. Um, Nick Walker being probably the New York Pro winner coming up. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, Cool Car Envy. Welcome back. Welcome back. I had Brian on second ahead of Urs for sure. More shredded and aesthetically pleasing. I had him ahead too. I did. And I'm glad that Brian finally got his due. He's not getting screwed like he really has the. Anyway, you guys that follow know about that. Hadi is the first person by a large margin. Seen a good boy. I think that it was more. I think it was closer here in the UK than it was in Ohio. But I do still think that Hadi was ahead. I do agree with that. You guys, thank you for tuning in here. I appreciate everybody being here. You guys are being awesome in the comments section. And we've got a very, very exciting finals coming up, you guys. Brian Powers is just doing his little speech before they start with some of the physique comparisons. We'll have the bikini class, we'll have the men's physique class, and then we'll have the open bodybuilding. I'm not sure if it'll be exactly in that order, but we're going to start getting into the physique comparisons here soon. And there's very few competitors actually in this show. So we can expect this to get to the men's open pretty quickly. Arnold Schwarzenegger takes the stage. He's going to give his speech as well. He's probably going to mention about how the Arnold Ohio is 500 grand to the winner next year. Maybe he'll announce that they're going to have more prize money here in the UK. And you know what? That's actually something to consider. If he's going to increase if he's going to increase the prize money in Ohio, wouldn't it make sense for Arnold to increase the prize money at all of the Arnold Classics? At least over the next couple of years, I could see it happening. I think it would start with the UK. I think it would be the South America after that, because those are the more popular ones. I do think that you'll see the prize money increase here. I don't think he'll announce it now, although it would be exciting if he announced that it was going to be more prize money just for even tonight. That would be really exciting. We'll see what happens here. We'll see. But if you guys are new here, thank you for tuning in to EP09. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Connie Alvarez. Oh, Black Patron. What's up, bro? Welcome back. Welcome back. Good to see you. Connie Alvarez says, loving the live stream, brother. Really enjoying your analysis and your interactions with all of us. Looking forward to the rest of the contest season. I appreciate you being here. I really do. And I'm looking forward to it as well. I love getting in the comment section with you guys. You know, this is what it's all about for me. Yeah, this is what it's all about. Let's see. JK says Urs is in a bad spot going into the O this year. I think that he's not in as favorable of a spot going into the O this year. I do agree with that. Urs might benefit from doing a show, maybe mid-season and just going in his absolute best shape that he's ever been in and just having some momentum going into the Olympia. I would like to see that from Urs. You guys let me know what you think. Ben Singer says closer here than in Ohio. Yeah, between Hadi and Samson, definitely. But then, look, you've got Explore the World says here. Hadi wins by a large margin. Last time was 5-10. This time will be the same again. I think it's closer here. I do. Okay, they're going to start. I think they're starting with the men. They are. They're starting with the men's individual routines, you guys. And they're going to start off with the hometown boy, James Hollingshead. Now, let's see if James has made any improvements since the prejudging. We are officially underway, you guys. Officially underway for the Arnold Classic Men's Open 2024. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. James is not particularly well known for his posing routines. He's known to bring a lot of muscle. He's known to hit his mandatories and hit them very well, but creative posing routines is not something that he's known for. I think he looks a little bit crisper from the back than what we saw at prejudging. The back double looked really good through the upper body. Looks like some decent separation in the hamstrings. Props to James posing to System of a Down. Love it. Good side tricep. A lot of striations through the shoulders there. It looks like James has dried out a little bit more. Yeah, good side chest. He's looking thick from the side. I'd like to see a little bit more separation in the quads maybe from the side. Front on, front double. You see, this is the thing with the elongated midsection for James. If he just crunched down on those abs in the front double, I think it would serve him very well. So we're not seeing anything, you know, particularly fancy about James's posing routine here. He's coming out and he's doing what he does best. James nails those mandatory shots, and I think he is a little bit improved here than what we saw at prejudging, which is great to see. Goat Fitness says I still think James is sacrificing condition. Well, you probably heard as well as I did, bro, that James intentionally spilled himself over a few days before this show in order to, really gain that fullness and then start dialing himself down a little bit. It's a risky move. It's one of the more risky moves that I've actually heard of when it comes to, that last peak week protocol. But it does look like he is a little bit better than what we saw at prejudging. A little bit better. Sacrificing conditioning for fullness. He tried to regain that fullness with that protocol. Video feed looking sharp. Yeah, man, this video feed is looking sharp. You're right. Appreciate it, Jay. It looks good, man. It does. It looks good. Black Patron says terrible strategy, to be honest, especially when your midsection is already an issue. Now, this angle actually didn't look very good for James's midsection in that front lat spread. James could be sharper. He could definitely be sharper. I agree with that 100%. He's got to hold in that midsection in between doing some poses, man. But is he better? Yeah. Yeah, I think he is better. We'll see if it moves him up any spots in this show. Is James rear delt dominant? I'll have to look again. Simon Locke asked if James is rear delt dominant. I'll have to check that out, man. I'll have to look a little bit harder when they do the comparisons. All right, they're bringing out Akeem Williams, you guys. Next up, Akeem Williams. Very, very impressive last couple of weeks that he's had. Let's see if Akeem's made any improvements. It seems like Akeem makes more improvements at the finals. So let's take a look. Looks like good quad separation still. He's definitely conditioned. Just trying to see if he's actually better than we saw at the prejudging. He was impressive at the prejudging. Looks like he's got really good conditioning through the quads. You can see at the hip tie in, that's the true mark of conditioning there. Now, he was very impressive in the side shots, so let's see it. Good striations through the chest. Yeah, he's still. Yeah. Yep. He's still got that separation in the quads. You can see the separation there in the quads, the glutes, the hamstrings, really thick from the side in the upper body. Oh, man. Oh, man. Akeem is definitely sharper from the back. Definitely sharper from the back. This is a fantastic showing for Akeem Williams, you guys. And not a bad posing routine either. Oh, that's a great most muscular. Not many people can pull off that victory pose either. He did pretty well with it. I'm impressed. I think Akeem is better here than he was at the prejudging. Good for him. All right, next up, you guys, Hadi Choopan. Here we go. Here we go. Are we going to see the improvements? I got to get caught up on some of these comments. We'll get caught up after Hadi here. I think Akeem looks better than James again. Yeah, me too. Hadi Choopan, you guys. That midsection. Look at that. Where he hits the vacuum and then crunches down on the abs. That's great, man. Is he better? Let's see. Let's see. I think he does look a little bit sharper. The abs look great. Man, he looks like he's really got them abs dialed in. Oh, the detail in the side leg. Hadi's definitely improved here, you guys. Let's see from the back. Good posing routine, too. I like it. Oh, yeah. Hadi, he looks fuller. He looks fuller from the back. Look at that. Yeah, see, he knows that his abs are in. He's really putting emphasis on that. Hadi Chupin is on, you guys. He is on for the finals. He did not show up here to take home second place, especially after just winning 2 weeks ago. He ended up having a late flight in. He was here at a day out. Still showed up with a very respectable package at the prejudging. But man, Hadi is on. And he's actually getting better as he poses. He's actually getting better. Come on, are you guys seeing this? Get in the comment section. I know you guys are seeing this. Look at that. Look at that. This is going to be a very, very difficult Hadi Chupin to beat. Very difficult. Samson is going to have to be so far improved, I think it's almost not even possible for him. Hadi nailed it. Nailed it. Way better than prejudging, you guys. Wow. Fantastic. Yeah, they almost got to drag him off the stage. That's how he. That's because he knows how good he is. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. And next up, no surprise that they put him up next. I'm glad they did. Goat Fitness says Hadi's energy is unmatched. Yeah, man. Yeah. Because he knows how good he is. Okay, guys, next up we got Samson. Do we have an improved version of Samson Dauda? Let's take a look. Let's take a look. We'll let him hit a few shots here. Hadi is natural. Not a chance, bro. Samson's got good separation in the leg from the side. Decent detail in that three-quarter turn back double. I don't know if he was as impressive as prejudging. He's got a little bit of a different posing routine, which I like now. Looks pretty. He looks pretty thick. If you guys know Samson, the last couple of shows that he did, he would do the tribute to Fuad, where he used a posing song that Fuad used in his Arnold Classic. And that's what actually got him the victory in the 2023 Arnold Classic Ohio. But is Samson better here? I would say he's at least as good as prejudging. If he is better, he is only slightly better. I think so far. He's got the best posing routine so far. I will say that. I think he is a little bit sharper. Go Fitness says Samson's front lat is wild. Yeah, look at that. It is good. It is good. Yeah, he looks good. He does. Maybe it's shit that the live stream quality is better that I'm watching this time than it was at prejudging, but we're still not seeing that the glutes do not match, and it's not a glute competition for me, you guys, but it just doesn't match. How much separation he has in the back, in the hamstring. The hamstrings look good, but it just doesn't match. It just doesn't match. He, I think that he is a little bit sharper than what we saw at the prejudging. Is it going to be enough to defeat what we just saw from Hadi Choopan? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Good routine. Very good routine. I'm glad he switched it up. I'm I'm impressed. I would say that he's slightly better. I would say slightly better. What do you guys think? Go Fitness says a lot of Sean Ray in this routine. Yeah, yeah, honest to God, eh? Samson is not full. I wouldn't say he's as full, but I would say that he looks sharper. I would say he looks a little bit sharper. Davey Addick says Samson looks good, but Hadi looks great. I think that's a fair way to sum it up. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a fair way to sum it up. Is Samson better or more oil? Maybe he looks better because he got a little bit more oil. I don't know. Black Patron says the lighting is weird. They all look so dull. I've seen worse lighting, that's for fucking sure. Next up, we got John De La Rosa. Now, we're going to be watching John for conditioning because he is the king of conditioning. He shows up shredded whenever we see him hit that stage. And he has to bring it here because Akeem is right there on him. And you know what? I'm going to have to see some shots from the front, but I think he could be drier. I think John De La Rosa could be a little bit drier. Not seeing a lot of separation in the arms. Not seeing a lot of separation in the arms at all, you guys. Huh. I think John was better at prejudging. Looks like he's getting a little bit better as he continues to pose. But he does look a little bit smooth. Black Patron says, nice to see them putting work into their routines. It is nice to see, it is. William James Heather, good morning, brother. Thanks so much again. Thanks for being here, man. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I appreciate all you guys being here. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you're new here. And if you are new here, welcome to EP09 Bodybuilding. So for John De La Rosa, I think Akeem's got his number right now. I think Akeem's got his number. K Pizzle says John is fourth. If he's lucky. If he's lucky. Even James, I think. John is getting better as he poses. Starting to see a little bit more separation in the quads. But those arms, he's missing the separation in the arms from the front. Yep, I'd put John in fourth. I'd put John in fourth, yeah. Black Patron says separation was always an issue with De La Rosa, his arms and legs. Well, it's still there. Bob Ciccarillo can't even pronounce Antoine Vaillant's name correctly. Come on, Bob. Call him Valiant. Ugh, Bob. Now we're definitely gonna see an impressive posing routine from Antoine Vaillant. We always see an impressive routine. Very creative. Antoine is not afraid to hold back when it comes to the creativity in a posing routine. You might even go as far as to say that his routines are slightly unconventional, but he pulls it off, you know? He's got that personality, and he's got the physique to back it up. Now, is he better here than what we saw at prejudging? Antoine's plan going into the UK, as opposed to the look that he brought in Ohio, was to show up fuller with an equivalent amount of conditioning. I do not think that he accomplished that when it came to the prejudging. And I think he's still lacking a bit of conditioning here now. He might be sacrificing, a bit of fullness for some conditioning. Bob needs to retire. Bob's not far off, I don't feel. Who knows? He could go another 10 years. I have no idea. Kasperi Sokonen? I don't want to mispronounce your name. I apologize. Did Hadi improve? Oh, yeah. Hadi improved. Yeah, Hadi improved. Sid should host these. Sid Faruqi would be a great host for these. Or Mark's Max Muscle. I'd love to see Mark do it. Mark's got that voice. But Antoine here, conditioning, is still what Antoine needs. He still needs it. Yeah, see, you get to the chopper. See, he's not afraid to really go for it when it comes to the routine, you guys. And a lot of people don't put in the effort that Antoine does. But Antoine has been planning to do the Arnold shows since 2022. This is what he's been working toward, you guys, And it's a good routine. Dave Viatic says EP to host the next Arnold, Ohio. Hey, hit me up, Arnold, Ohio. Let me know. I don't come cheap, though. Nah, I'll give you a good deal. JK says, problem when Samson hits those front poses like front double bicep and going to a transition, you can notice his midsection is hurting him. Not even able to see intercostal in the oblique muscle. I think Samson was getting better as he continued to pose, and I think this is going to come down to the final comparisons. Antoine still has a bit of work to do when it comes to conditioning, and I think size as well. Overall size. Bob, please learn how to pronounce Antoine's name. My God. Anyway. We'll see. I think he's got a shot at 5th place. We'll see what happens. Yeah, Antoine did have a great hands-on thigh most muscular. I agree. Okay. Next up, Muhammad Shaban. Now, Muhammad Shaban has been training out there with Chris Psycho Lewis in California at the Psycho training camp. Andrew Jack made that very, very popular there in the last couple of years. He finished, I don't know if it was, I think he finished last in the Arnold, Ohio there 2 weeks ago. He brings a lot of muscle, but I think that he just doesn't bring the fullness to the stage. He doesn't quite bring the conditioning to the stage. If he was really able to bring that fullness and dial in that conditioning, proportionally, he's pretty good. That X-frame is good. He could use some more lat development, but he's just not bringing it here to the degree that the other competitors are. Really needs more lat development. He's very leg dominant, I find. Very leg dominant. You're not even seeing the lats from the front. Like it's not where it should be. No separation in the arms. I think that Muhammad Shaban is going to have to settle here for probably last place again. But it looks like he's having fun. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of this begging for applause thing. Anyway, yeah, I'd say he's going to have to settle for last place here again. He's just not bringing that sharpness. He's not bringing the fullness. I don't even think he's getting better as he continues to pose. Like the legs have some separation, but if this makes any sense to you guys, it looks like even that separation is a bit washed out. It kind of reminds me of Nexzilla's legs to a degree. There's separation, but it still looks kind of watery. Darkman says, "Where's the volume of the stage?" I don't want to get in trouble with the live stream, bro. It's good that they're even allowing us to stream this live. I don't want any copyright strikes when it comes to songs or anything like that, so we're not going to have any sound. Jay says, "I like Antoine, but he's not placing today." I think he's got a shot at maybe fifth or like. I think fifth is a possibility. I think he'll battle it out with James. Hadi versus Beirut would have been great. K Pizzle, what's up? Yeah, I agree. That would have been great. Zore Kazemi, apologize if I pronounce your name incorrectly. Who is better, Samson or Hadi, in my opinion? In my opinion, Hadi. I think Hadi's more impressive. So, that would be the individual comparisons for the men's open division. Who do you guys think had the best? Who do you guys think had the best posing routine? To be honest with you, I think that 2 weeks ago in Ohio, Antoine should have been given the best poser award. I think you could make more of an argument here for Samson taking it. He did 2 weeks ago, but part of me still wants to give it to Antoine. He's very, very creative in his posing routine, you know? What do you guys think? Let me know. Yeah, let me know. Rumble Rumble says, "I wish these guys were weighted publicly before going on stage. I'd love to know how much they actually weigh. I think some bodybuilders are honest about their weight, but others are lying." Yeah, I agree. I agree. I would really like to see, I'd really like to see the weight before the show as well. Looks like they're letting some guys in the audience do some shots here. Cool. Guy with the long hair needs some legs, but yeah, right on. If anybody knows who any of these guys are, let me know, because I have no clue whatsoever. I don't know. It's kind of cool. Um, let's see. What else we got? Edgardo Ortiz. The glutes don't matter. His body flow, perfect. Samson doesn't need glutes. Samson doesn't need glutes necessarily, but it does make his back shots look a little bit. It doesn't tie in the upper and lower body. You know, hey, there's Kevin Lavroni, nice. I just find that Samson not having the striations in the glutes when he has so much detail in the upper body and the lower body, it just doesn't match for me. You know what I mean? One of them's a YouTuber. Oh, okay, cool. Cool. That's good. All right, there's the fan cam. I don't know who they're coming up with next, you guys. We'll see what the division is next. Lord Lycan says Samson has really tightened things up. It's definitely closer than the American Arnold for sure. He may even pip him here. I'd imagine that means beat him. Hadi is not as sharp, and Samson is a lot sharper and easily outposes him. Let's break that down a little bit. Hadi is not as sharp. Hadi is definitely as sharp here at the finals. Hadi is definitely as sharp. So I don't agree with that, bro. Samson is a lot sharper. I do agree with that. A lot sharper. He's definitely sharper. I don't know about a lot sharper. and easily opposes him, I don't think I agree with that either. I don't think that Samson does oppose Hadi. If you watch the prejudging, Samson started sweating after the second round of comparisons between him and Hadi. And they did not do a third round of comparisons. So, I don't know, bro. Is Samson really able to oppose Hadi? I think Hadi's presentation is just as good as Samson's. And I think that Hadi has more endurance. So, we'll see what happens here. I really, really hope that they do at least 3 rounds of comparisons with Hadi and Samson. But we'll see. We'll see. Oh, Johnny Monster. Not familiar with Johnny Monster. I'll have to look him up. He was on the fan cam, I guess. Yeah, I saw Kevin Levrone in the audience. That was sick. Ryan Integrity says, Hadi oil shoulders. They looked more apparent at prejudging, I think. I'll have to look again when they do the comparisons. But I think Hadi was great here at the finals, man. I think he was great. I think he was better. I think he was. Let's see. Raise Gadgets and Projects. I think this is a lot closer between Hadi and Samson. Samson overall looks sharper. Samson is sharper than he was at prejudging. But so is Hadi. Hadi, I would say, is sharper than his prejudging look than Samson was compared to his prejudging look. But you guys let me know what you guys think. JK says, Hadi wins, not even close. Samson looks better because he was off, but better to take Hadi out, not to see it happen. I don't see it happening either, bro. I don't, but we'll see what happens. We'll see. Dubin Jong says, God, women's divisions are so cringe. Look, they're certainly not what I follow, bro. But, the women's divisions are very popular out there. Very popular. Chris Gilling says, I actually think Samson will win tonight. Okay, here we go. Okay, Chris Gilling says, I actually think Samson will win tonight. It's a home crowd. I know many people will disagree with me. Many people do, bro. Let me just take a quick look at my latest Instagram poll. I put up a poll yesterday after prejudging to see where people actually had Hadi as compared to Samson. I asked the question, who was actually winning? So let's take a quick look at the latest results. I'll bring it up here. So, I asked the question, who's ahead after prejudging? 922 votes, 77% said Hadi Choopan, 23% said Samson Dauda. So, that really says a lot right there. Samson does have the home crowd advantage. I agree with that. But I think Hadi showed up. I always say, this is what I always say, you guys, and it's absolutely true when it comes to bodybuilding. The best way to guarantee your victory on a bodybuilding stage is to show up undeniable. And I think Hadi did that here at the finals. I think Samson maybe left the door open just a little bit, especially at prejudging. Well, not a little bit. It was a decent enough margin. Raymond Jones says, if Hadi had trouble getting to the show, Beirut had no chance. True. That is very true. I really hope Beirut Tabani can sort out his visa issues, man. To miss the Olympia 2 years in a row after successfully qualifying, he deserves to be at the Olympia. He absolutely does. I really hope that he works out his visa issues this time around. Davey Addick says, I wish we could skip the bikini, the men's bikini. Look, I would jump right to open too, bro. I would, If it was up to me, I would have open, I would have classic physique, and I'd have 212 all in a row. That would be awesome. But I don't make the decisions. One thing I will say is that there's not many competitors in any of the classes here at the Arnold UK. So it won't take us long to get through. Let's see. Lord Lycan says, Samson's back and back double buys were better in my humble opinion. Hadi almost looks like he's starting to bulk again, ready for the O. I wonder, do you think Hadi will put on more size for the Olympia? Does Hadi need to put on more size in order to win the Olympia? Derek Lunsford, is going to show up, I think, bigger because Derek does need to gain some more size in places like the legs. I think that the triceps, Derek could gain more size, maybe even the shoulders. I don't know if Hadi needs to come in bigger. In fact, it's been said that if Hadi does gain any more muscle, that he's going to risk blowing out his midsection. Now, at this point, we can safely say that Hadi has a fantastic midsection. So, I'm not really sure if Hadi will start trying to gain more muscle. I'm not sure. Sirkin O, do you think Samson could have won if he was more conditioned than Hadi or was in the same conditioning? That's a tough question, bro. That's a tough question. I think he could have won. Yes, I do. Because Samson is a former Arnold Classic champion. And Samson does have the ability, or at least it seems that Samson does still have room to improve in terms of conditioning. And there are many industry experts out there that say if Samson finally nailed his conditioning, that he would be Mr. Olympia. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that yet, because from what I just saw from Hadi especially, and what I know Nick Walker is going to do this year, but look, we're still talking about a guy that's in the top 3 in the world, without question. Samson absolutely is. Even with, less conditioning than what we would see at him being 100%. San Silencer says Beirut Tabani is one of the best. He absolutely is, bro. Absolutely. Black Patron, we skinny dipping in the park tonight, boys. Nah, bro, you're on your own there. Especially here. It's still freezing outside, dude. No, it's still the winter here. And being a diver, no cash, no splash is what we say. Davey Attic, Beirut is really awesome. Yeah, he is, man. He is. I hope he makes the Olympia this year. Let's see. Chase Bliss. Heidi doesn't need to get any bigger. That's why Jesus Christ is my... Not sure, bro. Not sure. Not sure. Ray's Gadgets and Projects says, these men are looking more like women now. Oh, man. Good stuff. I'm glad you're here, man. I'm glad you're here. Ace Fighting. I know the judges said they would take the focus off of conditioning. If that's true, Samson wins this. He's not missing body parts like calves or arms, and he's way, way bigger. I think conditioning is still king. I think that conditioning is still king. And the reason that I think that is because in the past number of years, where the midsections have been coming in better, that is why they are able to put the focus more now on conditioning. The muscle was there even when the midsections were a problem in, the mid 2010s, right? The midsections aren't really a problem anymore. Now they can put the focus back on conditioning. That's what I think. Uh, let's see. Masood Yusuf Niaz. I apologize if I'm mispronouncing your name, bro. Even Hadi in any competition, even Hadi in any competition off, we can see that he dominates all. This show, Hadi is amazing again. Hadi is on another level. Yeah, I think Hadi is on another level. I agree. This guy has been nipping at the heels of the Mr. Olympia title for 3 or 4 years. He took the title in 2022, and many still think that Hadi should have won the Olympia in 2023. I wish we had lighting even here at the Olympia 2023. It might have been a little bit more telling. Dry suiting in the park? I don't know, man. My rates are pretty high. My rates are pretty high. Like I said, no cash, no splash, bro. That's what we say in diving. Let's see. Bayram Armakan, Persian Wolf will win again and again. It's Hadi time. Could very well be right, bro. Could very well be right. If there's anybody out there that wants to make an argument for Samson, let me know. Leave me a comment, and we'll see. I'll see what I think about it. For those of you that are just joining us, we are currently going through the bikini class. Then we will move on to the men's physique class. We have already seen the men's open individual comparisons where Hadi showed up in much better condition than what we saw at the prejudging. He was measurably better. Samson, I think, was better, but I think at a lesser margin than what we saw from Hadi Choopan. Akeem Williams was better as well, and I think Akeem is really, really contending for that top three spot here. John De La Rosa, I think, lost a little bit of polish. So between that and Akeem showing up so much better, I think that we're going to see Akeem take third here. But we'll see when the comparisons come around. You guys let me know what you think in the comments. And if you are new here, welcome to EP09 Bodybuilding. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. We're going to be covering these shows all year long, you guys. And news updates on a regular basis. You guys know that I've been here. You guys know. Let's see. Davey Addict. Hadi should be a three-time Mr. Olympia winner, 21, 22, and 23. There's arguments there, man, for sure. Yeah, there is. He won a People's Champion Award in 2021, was it? I can't remember. It was either him or Nick. I can't remember which one it was. But, yeah, Hadi's been the People's Champion for quite some time. He goes back to Iran, and he's treated like a god there, man, you know? He gets off the plane, it's like what we used to see from Big Ramy. He would just get rushed, you know, the second he came off the plane. Just people clawing to just get a chance at seeing this guy, you know? It's crazy. Super passionate fans over in Iran. Very passionate. What's my predictions? From what we've seen so far, I would have to say that I have Hadi Choopan in first. I have Samson Dauda in second. I have Akeem Williams in third. I think we're actually going to see fourth and fifth is tough. I do think John De La Rosa is going to take fourth here. James Holling said I would put in fifth. Then I think we would have Antoine Vaillant, and after that you would have Muhammad Shaman. That's where I see it right now. Excuse me. Let's see. Simon Locke says I'd give it to Samson. Hadi, okay, so we have somebody here arguing for Samson. Simon Locke, right on. I'd give it to Samson. Hadi just doesn't impress me like he impresses other people. Samson could be tighter, though. Okay. I wonder what it is that doesn't impress you about Hadi. I'd like to know. Is it a shape thing? Is it a presentation thing? Let me know, bro. Let me know. Samson could be tighter. He could be tighter. You're right. Let's see. Joseph Nunez says, "What do you think about Urs getting third in Classic? My opinion, he at least deserved top two. I think that Urs was improved from what we saw at the Arnold, Ohio, but I do think that Breon deserved to take second place here. I think that Breon was better from the side. I think that Breon was better from the back. I would give Urs the front though. That's why I think that Breon deserved to take home second place here. You know, they kept Breon in the middle with Wesley the majority of the comparisons. Davey Addict says, I think it was 2021 when he won the People's Champion Award, but I thought he looked better than Ramy. There's an argument there, too. Yep, there is. There's definitely an argument there. Chris Gilling says, I just subbed, bro. I like your commentary style. Thanks, man. Hey, I appreciate you being here. Welcome. Mike Wazowski says, I like the ladies division. I'm watching, just commenting to myself. What's up, Mike? What's up? Good to see you here, man. Good to see you. Simon Locke says, definitely shape and flow. Okay, so when it comes to Hadi, you think it's a shape and flow thing. Okay. I can understand that. I can. And I think since Hadi really dialed in the midsection, I think his shape and his flow has improved. You know, that vacuum from Hadi, it just sucks his waist right in, man. You know, he really does look fantastic when it comes to that. The front double, his weight, it just looks so small, man. Even compared to Samson. You know, I would put Hadi's vacuum against Samson's any day right now. Let's see. Dan Kong says Samson won both Arnold last year and losing both this year. I can imagine the hellish feeling knowing that he won't win this year. I mean, look, man, Samson, I don't think is that kind of bodybuilder. I think Samson is very appreciative of the opportunities that he's had. I think Samson is very appreciative of the journey of bodybuilding. And what was that wicked car that Samson just bought there after he won the Arnold Ohio? Like, the dude's got no worries, man. Like, he's financially in a good place. Him and his wife seem like they're in a good. Samson's gonna walk away from this with his head held high, man. I mean, not winning these two Arnold Classics does not take away from all his other accomplishments that he's had in the last couple of years. I do think that he's very appreciative. Let's see. Waleed says, "Love your content, brother." Thanks, man. I appreciate you being here. Thank you very much. Bahadur, let me see. Babe, I apologize if I'm mispronouncing your name. Hadi is shorter and lighter than Samson, but he looks bigger, which means something, don't you think? I do. Yeah, I do. The whole thing of the taller guys really end up dominating here. Well, when a tall guy brings a lot of muscle, yeah, but the taller you are, the harder it is to fill out that frame. Hadi does look bigger, and if you look at the Olympia champions over the years, most of them were on the shorter side, the 5'7", 5'9" range, right? You start getting into that like 5'10" to 6 foot mark, it's very hard to fill out that frame. You got to eat so much food. You got to put on so much muscle. Daniel March says, "Is that the same lighting? Same lighting as what? Prejudging? I think so. I don't think that they've changed anything. Yeah, I don't think so. It might be a little bit better here actually, but I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. Hassan Silencer. Hadi was better in the Mr. Olympia, but the judges made Derek the champion because of only back lat spread. Hadi was better in all other poses. I would argue that Derek was better in the back double bicep. I think Derek has probably the best back double bicep in the game right now. Um, but there have been many arguments online about how Hadi was better in all those poses. Definitely that argument has been made to this day, no question. Obsessive Hobbyist says, "Do you think Samson will ever break through, or do you think he will remain at this what if case for his career?" I think he has broken through. I mean, since when is top three in the world, you know, and winning an Arnold Classic Ohio title, taking second the following year at the Arnold Classic to a guy who was Mr. Olympia, Samson has broken through. Samson broke through at the 2022 Olympia when he took sixth place. When they took those guys out for the initial quarter turns and Samson was put next to Big Ramy, it was at that point that Samson's career skyrocketed, bro. That was the point where we finally saw Samson Dauda get on the radar of everyone's bodybuilding radar around the world. Samson has made it. I don't think there's what ifs with Samson right now. I really don't. Do I think he'll ever win the Olympia? He has the potential. He has the potential, but he's got to come in sharp. Let's see. Xenon says Persian Wolf is the champion. Good chance of it. Yep, good chance. Olaf Meyer. Hadi got the open spot on. To be honest, I like Classic Physique much more these days. I love Wesley. Me too, man. I do. Wesley Vissers is one of my favorite competitors in any division. Should forego the O. He needs to grow some arms and back. Yeah, he does. Yeah, if he competes in the O, he could place lower. That's one thing that you don't want to see Kalachinsky end up doing, is placing lower than he has in the past, you know? There are some really good guys coming up in Classic. I still think that would be top 3 or top 4. But if he's going to finish in 4th place, that would be concerning. You know, it would be. He does need more arms, and he does need more back. And I think an off season like that would really help him. It would. Man, I really want to see Hadi join the Jay Cutler Comeback Club. Okay, obsessive hobbyist, you're absolutely right. For those of you that may not be aware, Jay Cutler is the only athlete in pro bodybuilding history to ever lose the Mr. Olympia title and then win it back the following year. It was 2008 when he lost to Dexter Jackson, and he came back with a renewed physique, and he hit that quad stomp when he came out on stage in 2009, and it was game over. Jay Cutler, the only bodybuilding competitor to ever lose the title and win it back. It has never been done before. So I would really like to see Hadi join that club as well. I would be so I'd be so excited, man. And he might. He very well might. Don Kong says, when Samson won last year, all videos are positive. When Samson loses this year, videos of him talking are very different. I don't know if they're much different. I don't know. Samson seems to still keep a general, happy attitude. Holy shit, they really upped the volume there in the live stream. Turn that down, bro. Better. Bob's going to blow my ears out here. Shit. Fortune was, yo, bro, what happened? What did I miss? Oh, Fortune, what's up? Well, you missed the individual posing routines of the men's open. Hadi was much improved. Samson was slightly improved, I would say. Some of you guys in the comment section disagree with that. But, yeah, that's what you missed so far, bro. When it comes to our top two anyway. Okay, so now they're getting into the men's physique individuals here. We've got Diogo Montenegro, who was actually the winner of the Arnold Classic Ohio title. He cried like a little girl on Arnold's shoulder when he finally won the title. Arnold was shocked. He didn't know what to do, and it was quite entertaining. Quite entertaining. I don't think he'll cry on Arnold this time if he wins. I think that he's actually got shorter shorts here than he had at the Arnold Ohio, and I don't think his legs look as filled out as what they were 2 weeks ago. So I don't know who else is in this for men's physique. We'll see who else shows up. I don't know a lot of the men's physique guys, but I don't know, man. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not big on. I don't follow a ton of men's physique, but I do follow Hart McGrath on YouTube. It is hands down not only the best men's physique coverage, but it's the best presentation of men's physique coverage. It actually watching his videos actually does make me, appreciate the men's physique division a little bit more. It's just too much drama for me in men's physique, though, honestly. It's a little bit too much for me. I don't follow a ton of it. I think Ronnie lost to Jay and won back, if I'm mistaken. You are mistaken, my friend. You are mistaken. Ronnie never lost to Jay and won the title back from him. Never. Jay Cutler is the only one to ever lose the title and come back and win it. Gordon Ritchie, from one Canadian to another, holy crap, you sound Canadian. You gots the accent, man. Yeah, thanks, man, I think. Well, I'm from the east coast of Canada. You can't get any further east than where I live until you hop a ferry to Newfoundland. So this is me. This is me. Glad it's time for men's bikini, Davey Addict says. Yeah, they'll get through it, bro. Look, we're all going to get through it together, all right? We're all going to get through it. I will give a little bit more respect to the men's physique division since they made the changes in men's physique. The board shorts have to be higher than the knee. These guys have gained a lot more, size in the legs than what they had, before they made these changes. So the weight cap definitely keeps it under control. I'm not going to start covering men's physique on my channel, but look, it is what it is. It's still impressive physiques. These guys are impressive. They're mini bodybuilders. But it's not, it's not something that I actively follow, that's for sure. Halo says all of a sudden bikini doesn't look that boring. Oh, men's physique gets such a bad rap, man. Men's physique gets such a bad rap, and I understand. I do. For those of you that, those of you that really follow, professional bodybuilding, you guys know when men's physique first came out, it was ripped on So bad, man. Everybody ripped on men's physique. Every pro. Antoine Vaillant actually did a guest posing where he showed up doing like men's physique poses and he had the board shorts and shit. And then he was like the music cut out and he was like, what the hell am I doing? Ripped off the board shorts and started actually posing. Like everybody ripped on men's physique. It seems like everybody else still does. Arnold lost and came back. Um, he did. Yeah, that's right. But he no, Arnold didn't lose. He retired. He retired and then came back and won another one. Controversially. Very controversially. That's what caused uh the chemist Frank Zane. That's what caused him to retire, as legend goes. Uh, Don Kong, so much better now seeing men in shorts than men in bikini showing off just butt while waiting for the men's open. Excuse me. Like I said, I've got respect for the men's physique division. I do. Am I going to start following it all the time? No, I'm not. Definitely not. Uh, Obsessive Hobbyist, the best bodybuilding YouTubers are all Canadian. Holler, man. You know, we do our best. We do our best. Myself, Mark's Max Muscle, the Canadian Beef podcast. I love being a guest on that podcast. There's awesome conversations there. Yeah, man, we do our best. Even companies like HD Muscle is Canadian, Mutant is Canadian. A lot of people don't realize that stuff. Let's see. JK says, "Well, checking out some old footage of Samson. You can see his body has those outstanding parts while certain areas look washed out. Maybe it was just genetic. I don't know. It's hard to go off of what hard to go off of the physique of yesteryear as compared to now. You can get a general idea, but it's I don't know. I really look at comparisons from like one show or two that they just did to now. I feel like that's a little bit more fair. Uh, but in fact, we're lucky that we can join your chat. Semanha Jibabe. I don't want to mispronounce your name. I'm very sorry, Semanha. Um, but in fact, we are lucky that we can join your channel. Thank you very much for being here. I appreciate everybody that's here. For those of you that have just joined us, um, we have already seen the men's open individual routines. They have gone through the bikini division individual routines, and now we are seeing the men's physique individual routines. I don't know who a lot of these competitors are. I'm not even going to pretend to. Um, we're going to get close to the open here soon, you guys. Just stick with me. Okay. So there's only six. There's only six in the men's physique division here. I cannot understand why there's not more competitors in this Arnold Classic. I mean, this is an Arnold Classic. It's the second biggest Arnold Classic in the world for sure. I'm surprised. I'm surprised there's not more competitors. I don't know. So we'll see the comparisons here of the men's physique. They could really do shit, man. They could do one call out and that'd be it. Maybe they will. Actually, it looks like that's exactly what they're doing. They could have these guys stand a little closer together. Diogo Montenegro is really hanging out on his own over there on the left hand side of the screen. Big Steve will move these guys in, I'm sure. Obsessive Hobbyist says, "Where do you think Andrew will place this year after a good offseason? You think he can beat Samson?" I think that Andrew Jack can beat Samson, yeah, if he has as successful of an offseason as I think he will. I think Andrew has better aesthetics. I think that we've seen Andrew come in more conditioned, just needs more size. He's definitely got a better midsection. He's got the best midsection in all of men's open. Right there with Tony O'Burton, I will say that. What are the Chase Bliss says, what are some of the main critiques on men's physique? From a judging standpoint, my understanding of men's physique is, and maybe this isn't. the answer for your question. But when it comes to the judges, they look for wide shoulders, wide back, just an overall like flow, more or less, very tight midsection. You got to have that midsection dialed in. Good shoulder to waist ratio. Abs, you got to have the abs. If you don't got abs in men's physique, it's game over. The critiques from the fans is that it's a it's a men's bikini division, and that these guys are not real bodybuilders. Essentially, is what people really think about men's physique. It gets a lot of hate. Excuse me. I've been fighting through a cold, you guys, the past couple days, but we're gonna keep this rolling. I don't care if my head explodes. We're gonna keep going. Oh, Sam, you can call me Sam. Right on, bro. Thank you. Thank you. I will. I will. Thank you for being here. And just like that, you guys, there's your men's physique finals. That's the comparisons. It's that quick when it comes to the men's physique. I mean, there's no poses in it. It's a front turn and a back turn and it's nothing. That's one of the things that I don't like about men's physique, actually. There's no comparison of the physiques in terms of any poses. There's just not. I'm surprised that Arnold kept in men's physique and not 212. All right, let's see. I think they're going to do the confirmation round for the men's open here now, you guys. I think we're getting into the confirmation for the men's open. Let's see it. How's the weather in here? Half decent. I see more. Woodfire Kebab says, I see more potential in Akeem than Samson. Potential, yes, but I don't think Akeem will. I don't know. I think Samson has too much momentum right now. I think Samson has proven himself too much, and Akeem has proven himself, frankly, too little. But you guys, we are getting into the comparisons for the men's open at the 2024 Arnold UK. Let's see who they bring out first. We've got 7 guys in this lineup, so we'll see if they do a lot of comparisons or if they don't. All right, top 4 call out, you guys. We have Akeem Williams, Samson Dauda, Hadi Choopan, and John De La Rosa. Now, this is Akeem's chance to really push past John here, and I hope he gets a chance to stand next to John. I really want to see that comparison. They might not even move anybody here. They're going to switch Akeem and John. Okay, okay. I like that. I like that. All right. Let's see it, you guys. Let's see it. Front double bicep. I think I'd give to Hadi. Yeah, I think I'd give that to Hadi. Front lat spread is a great pose for Hadi, too. It's a great pose for Akeem. Oh, yeah. I think Akeem is definitely beating John De La Rosa here. Judging Akeem and Samson for second? Maybe, man. Maybe. I think Akeem deserves the comparison. I think he does. Side chest. Akeem looks good in that side chest, man. I think he beats Samson in the side chest. If they move Akeem in the center next to Hadi, man, this place is going to explode. Back double. That's a great pose for Hadi. That's a great pose for Hadi. See, this is what I'm talking about with Samson. The glutes just don't match the rest of the detail that he has in his physique. You know, they actually look kind of undersized. Maybe that's just the live stream quality. I'd give the back lat spread to Hadi. Akeem's side leg is fantastic, man. Fantastic. Olaf Meyer, I see your comment. Let's get through the first call out. I'll get back to you, bro. Side tricep. Akeem looks really good in the side tricep. Akeem Williams deserves to be moved next to Samson or next to Hadi. He does. I'd love to see it. Abs and thigh, I'd give that to Hadi. Hadi's got such dugout abs, man. Really dugout. Most muscular coming up. Look, Akeem's already in the pose, man. Akeem's fired up, bro. All right. Back in line. They should put Akeem next to Hadi. Ah, Akeem got robbed a little bit there, man. I think that he would have been trading shots with Hadi, man. All right, let me. They're bringing out the second call out now, you guys. We've got James Hollingshead, Antoine Vaillant, and Muhammad Shaban. Olaf Meyer asked, "Hey EP, in any opinion, if Derek can retain his title, he needs to improve his front lat a lot. Hadi might take it from him this year. Based on what we're seeing here, Hadi is back in the. He's definitely back in the mix to take home that Olympia title, without question. Yeah, they're moving Antoine out to the center. James is definitely getting better as he continues to pose. Or he's getting better as the night goes on here. It's pretty early in the posing. Yeah, you can see James just has more overall detail through the upper body, through the quads. Side leg for Antoine looks good. Looks good for all these guys actually, but the thickness for James, he's thick, man. He's very thick. And Antoine's calling card is conditioning. But you know what? James and Antoine, they love doing this stuff together. Holy shit, James. Look at that. You guys. That's a lot of detail in that back double for James. That's his shot. Man, that was very impressive. But like I said, James and Antoine are really good friends, man. Like they enjoy competing together. These are guys that enjoy the process too. Side tricep. See, Muhammad Shaban is hitting a front tricep, and Tyler Manion warned these guys about that. You are never going to win doing a front tricep. It is a side tricep pose. They warned everybody after the Texas Pro 2023 when Hunter and Andrew were hitting front triceps, especially Andrew. Yeah, James was great from the back, man. Most muscular, I give that to James too. I think James took this. I think James is going to take that fifth place spot. I'd like to see James compared to John De La Rosa. Okay, here we go. Now they're bringing out Akeem Williams and John De La Rosa. This is the battle for third place, you guys. This is the battle for third place. So let's see it. Let's see it. SK, what's up? I missed a lot. Who's winning? I'd say Hadi. Hadi looks really good, man. He does. Now, who's going to take third place? That's the real question here. Front double bicep, I think I would give to Akeem. Front lat spread, I think Akeem looks better. I think his legs are more shapely. I think he's got more detail. Side chest, I can tell you guys right now, this is going to be Akeem. Look at that. He's got the best side chest of anyone in the show. Man, fantastic. Now if John's gonna make up any ground here, it can be in the back shots, especially this back double. But I would give this to Akeem when it comes to overall X frame. You can see the way that John is standing. Like his legs are not. He's not positioning his legs properly. His right leg, like closest to the right hand side of the screen, looks smaller from the way that he's holding his legs. John really needs to bring those legs closer together so they look more proportional. That cost him the pose. Side tricep is Akeem. Akeem's getting better. No, this is Akeem all day. This is Akeem all day, you guys. I don't think De La Rosa had this from the back, and Akeem has a weak back, so that's really saying something. I could potentially give abdominals and thigh to John De La Rosa, but I think Akeem is taking him. I think Akeem Williams just defeated John De La Rosa. Oh, they're gonna do another round. Good, good. Oh, SK asked if it's a blowout victory like last time or still up for grabs. It's closer. It's closer, but I still think Hadi is in the lead. Yeah, I think Hadi still is in the lead here. Obsessive hobbyist says Akeem looks like Brandon with a little better legs, but worse muscle bellies and better conditioning. Bigger legs for sure, man. A little better legs. I think Akeem has way better legs than Brandon. You can see Akeem starting to breathe a little bit heavy through the midsection though. You see, this is why they do these multiple rounds of comparisons, right? Who is it that's going to be able to stand up to it? Who can keep going? Uh, I think John had a better back double there for leg placement, but you guys can see what I'm talking about. The leg closest to the right hand side of the screen looks smaller. It looks smaller. He's got that other leg back too far. Side tricep is definitely Akeem, but look at the midsection control. Akeem's starting to lose it. Akeem is starting to lose it a little bit. If they do another round, Akeem better watch that midsection, man. Looks good here in the abs and thigh. He's holding it together. All right, let's see it. Let's see it. Most muscular, again, I would give it to Akeem. Yeah, I would definitely give it to Akeem. Very good. I think Akeem Williams just edged out John De La Rosa. Very good, very good. All right, here we go, you guys. We are getting into the top two: Hadi Choopan and Samson Dauda. Look at Hadi just running out onto the stage. He's just bouncing, man. He knows how much better he is at the finals as compared to prejudging. This is what we've been waiting for, you guys. All right, let's see it. Let's see it. Front double bicep, I would give to Hadi. Front lat spread, let's see. I'd have to give that to Hadi. You can see Arnold getting his pictures there with the boys. Arnold gets up whenever he wants. His show. He can do whatever he wants. Side chest, Hadi's really he's really been impressing me with the detail and the aesthetics in his side chest. The serratus in there, man, really really good. Back double bicep, I would say Hadi. Hadi's got just way more development. You know, he looks bigger. Back lat spread is Hadi all day, all day. Side tricep is a great pose for both of these guys. But watch when Hadi hits this pose. The aesthetics that he's at. Look at the abs. Look at the midsection control. The striation even through the chest. Hadi is on, you guys. He is on, and he's getting better as he continues to pose. I don't think Samson can take him. Even in a shot like this, where someone with better aesthetics should defeat Hadi, Hadi takes it. He's shredded, man. Shredded. Alan Moore says Samson looks like his wife peaked him. His wife did peak him, man. His wife did peak him. I mean, you know that, I'm sure. I think she did a good job, respectable job. Most muscular, I would give to Hadi. All right, they're gonna put him through a second round. Du Benjiang thinks the side try was Samson's. You could see way more abs. Let's look at it again here. I think that Hadi had better abs, better chest in the side tricep, like better tricep. I think we'll look at it again. This second round and third round is really what we're gonna. It's really gonna tell us if it makes a difference or not for Samson, because Samson really started to sweat during that second round in the prejudging. I don't think that's a mistake that he'll make again, but you never know. He's been doing a lot of shows. You know, he's definitely got more bodybuilding miles on him right now than Hadi does. Back double, I would still give to Hadi. A gut isn't aesthetic. No, it's not. You're right. Back lat spread, there's just more detail from Hadi, you know, through the upper and lower body, better proportion. Now, here's the side tricep. Look at the abs as compared to Samson and Hadi. Look at the chest, the striations. No way, man. Hadi takes that pose. Go fitness. Hadi's waist is tiny in the front double. Yeah, it is, man. He takes the front double. Now, in fairness, I think Samson is. I don't think Samson's fading. It looks like they're only going to put him through 2 rounds. Looks like they're only going through 2 rounds opposing you guys. I really would have liked to see that third round. You know, push these guys. I want to see them pushed. But that's all right. So, what do we think? They're really letting these guys go at it. That's great. Yeah, give the crowd what they want. Yeah, that's awesome. So, what do we think? What do we think, you guys? All right, here we go. Pose down. So, the comparisons are complete for the men's open of the 2024 Arnold UK. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Who do you got? Has your opinion changed since the prejudging? Do you still have Hadi ahead? What about Akeem versus John De La Rosa here? Come on, let me know what you guys think. Let's get into it. Let's talk about it. Obsessive hobbyist says Samson doesn't look confident at all. I think he, I think he does look a little bit less confident than he usually does. I think he knows that Hadi's going to end up beating him here again, and on his home turf. I mean, that's got to be a little bit difficult for him. Yeah, Davey Addict says now put Akeem next to Samson and Akeem takes it. I really did want to see that comparison because I think that Akeem would have been able to defeat Samson in certain shots. The side shots for sure, you know, the front shots would have been comparable. Neither of them are their back shots are not their best. So I really would have liked to see the comparison. I'm gonna have to hit up Mark's Max Muscle to do a video on that. All right, what else do we got? Akeem blows away John. I think Akeem shut the door on John pretty hard. John was off. John was off. From what I can see on the live stream, I think he was off. Olaf Meyer, I have Akeem in third. Yeah, yeah, I think he is taking third here. Soulman says, I don't know, man. The shoulders look sus for Hottie, you know? I think that it doesn't take away from him as much as it has in the past. It's been a big problem for him in the past, I agree, but it just doesn't take away from his physique like it has in the past, you guys. I don't think so. Get your eyes checked. Uno says, get your eyes checked if you think Akeem beats Samson. What I said was, I think he could have beat him in certain shots. And I think he could have. The side shots would have been compared. Akeem had way more detail in that side leg than Samson did, man. You know, way more. He had more fullness, I think, through the upper body. It would have been nice to see the comparison, is all I'm saying. So, we'll see. I don't think anybody will walk away from this saying that Akeem was robbed of second place. But it would have been nice to see the comparison. All right, so that is the pose down, and that is the confirmation round of the men's open for the 2024 Arnold UK. Won't be long, these guys will be coming back out. So stick around, you guys, stick around. They're going back with the fan cam. Let's see what the fans have to say. Yeah, this is all in good fun. That's good. Yeah, Hadi was jumping up and down like he owned the place, man. Even though Arnold owns the place. Um, you guys let me know who you have in the top three here. Top four. Give me your top four. Do you think that Akeem actually did beat John? Let me know, you guys. Let me know. Akeem was Akeem did have trouble holding his midsection after that second round of comparisons, you guys. He really did. Akeem definitely had problems with his midsection there. But I still think that he was better than John De La Rosa. SK says Hadi won yesterday hands down, and this one was very close. But if the scoring is fair, then Hadi might win. I think most people agree that Hadi won this show, but we'll see. We'll see. It won't be long, and they'll have the open guys back out for the awards. They're gonna do the awards for the bikini. They'll do the awards for the men's bikini. I mean physique, and then they'll do the men's open. What else do you guys have to say here? You guys are killing it in the comment section. C Sam's 12. So I have Hadi winning prejudging straight first and Samson winning finals close decision. Okay. Okay. I do think that Samson was better here at the finals than he was at the prejudging. That's interesting. Hadi first, Samson second, Akeem third. Yeah, yeah, for sure. Peter says if Samson can control his traverses like Hadi, he'd be unbeatable. A lot of people say that when Samson finally does dial it in, that he will be unbeatable. I think unbeatable is a bit of a stretch for me, but I do think that he can, you know, be in the contention for winning the Olympia title. Absolutely. No question. One second. What else we got? K Pizzle says, I wish Beirut was at this show. Samson would have been crying. You know, Beirut did compare very well to Samson um, when they did the Romania Pro. I don't think that anybody had Beirut beating Samson in particular, but it was definitely close. Well, I shouldn't say it was definitely close. It was they were good comparisons. You know, it did show that Beirut Tabani deserves to be up there with the best in the world. JK says if Flex magazine was still available, that Hottie side tricep should be on never seen as many details in the midsection. Hottie side tricep should be on never seen as many details. It would be very impressive if the magazines were still around to put something like that on there. Absolutely. Dubin Jiang, Hottie Samson, Akeem John. Okay, so you think Hottie Samson, Akeem John, but fourth should be James. I think there's an argument to be made for James taking fourth. I think so. Obsessive hobbyist. We're riding the Hadi hype train until we hear, and two-time Mr. Olympia. Yeah, it's easy to ride the hype train for a guy that won the Arnold Classic Ohio and is very likely to win the Arnold Classic UK just 2 weeks later. We're going to see it when it comes to Wesley Vissers. You know, there's a huge hype train there now. Huge. You guys better believe I'm going to be following Wesley. You know, you're going to see updates from me when it comes to Wesley this upcoming year. Okay, they're bringing out wheelchair competitors, I believe now. I'm not sure if they're actually doing comparisons of the wheelchair division or what's happening, but yeah, they're getting into some of the wheelchair category. SK says if Raphael showed up here again, I think size was Samson won't be able to beat him as he is a lot smaller, and since Rafa is shredded to the bone and more aesthetic, he might even have beaten him. Maybe it'd be tough. Yeah, it'd be tough. Oh, it looks like there's only one wheelchair competitor here for the Arnold Ohio. So we have our winner. There you go, guys. I think Arnold's actually won a show in his history simply by showing up and being the only competitor before. It does happen. Ryan Burton. Hey, what's up, Ryan? How's it going, dude? Good to see you. Local guy. Great to see Akeem Donning in condition. His best showing. Yeah, yeah. It's definitely been, one of his best, no question. His best of recent history, without question. Man, for sure. Akeem is super impressive. He's finally starting to nail that condition. And Chris Aceto will figure him out even more. He will. Don Kong says, if every pro show prize money is 100,000 and above for first place, this year's Olympia will only have 5 competitors. Last year, top 5, no one else will qualify. Every show we see will be Hadi, Samson, Nick, Andrew. Hey, man, you know what? I wouldn't be upset at that. I wouldn't be upset at that at all. Money talks, bullshit walks. Let these guys go make the money. I think maybe 4 would be an exaggeration. I think you'd see maybe more like 10 competitors. That's likely. Black Pit. Yeah, a lot of people think that Rafael Brandao should have competed here. I think he would have done well. I think he probably would have taken third here. Maybe even defeated Samson. I think he needs more size. Soman says, I just really want Samson to nail that conditioning if it could happen. That would be that would make, bodybuilding history, man. We all want to see Samson nail his conditioning. And I think he's on his way to do it. I think he is. He's just not there yet. Davey Addict. So who here has the bro? Come on, too dark. Yeah, too dark. Sorry, bro. Too dark. Raphael would have been second. Maybe. Yeah, maybe. It would have been great to see just more competitors in general in this show. I'm still surprised at the lack of attendance for competitors here. If you guys are just joining us here, thank you for tuning into EP09. Make sure to like and subscribe. We are just waiting to get through the bikini class here. Then we'll do the men's physique awards, and then we will find out who will be crowned the champion of the 2024 Arnold Classic UK in the men's open division. We're very close, you guys. Stick with me. We are so close. Get into the comments section. Let's talk about it. Who do you guys have winning? Let's see it. Do you think that Samson has edged out Hani? I personally think that Hadi's going to take it. SK says, is it genetically possible for Akeem to be a top guy again at the Mr. Olympia, given how gifted the new guys are? That's a really good question. Really good question. It's possible, but I mean, I think Akeem still has a shot at, say, top 10. I think that's possible. Yeah. Yeah. It's a difficult task. I mean, could Akeem, let's just say top 10. Does Akeem Williams beat Charles Griffin? That's a really good question. I think it's possible. Charles is really good, though. Charles has really made a lot of improvements himself, consistent improvements. Akeem has not. So I don't know. It'd be tough. It'd be tough. Yeah, it'd be tough. I laughed for all the wrong reasons, bro. All the wrong reasons. Um, Beirut is Soman says Beirut is definitely a wild card. A lot of chat about Beirut to Bonnie here, man. You guys really want to see Beirut. Really want to see Beirut. It would have been great to see him in this show. These visa issues are killing him, man. He's another Milo Sarshev athlete. Black Patriot says, I feel like we're putting a bit much stock into Samson. There are so many other good competitors out there right now with just as much potential. Sure, there are. Sure. You can go down the list. You know, you've got Nick, Andrew Jack, you've got Hunter, you've got Tonio Burton. These guys are all coming up. Well, Hunter's not gonna. I mean, a lot of these guys have made it, but potential, yeah, definitely. SK says if somehow Samson wins this time, who's the front runner for beating Derek? Is it still going to be Hadi, Samson, or maybe Nick? I think it's too early in the season to really make calls like that. Let's wait and see how Nick looks at the New York Pro in 10 weeks. Let's see how Andrew looks when he competes later this season. That's a tough call to make right now. As of right now, I think Hadi is putting himself very firmly in that second place spot to come back and win that Olympia title. Derek, I hope Derek is watching, man, because Derek should be nervous. He should be working his ass off. If Derek Lunsford thinks he's working hard, start working harder, man. Start working harder, because Hadi is going to get more momentum from this and work even harder from this than he did from the anger that he felt after losing the title to Derek. I guarantee it. Hadi is not going to relax on his two victories. He is going to be going back and putting in an insane amount of work, you guys. Derek should be nervous, is all I can say. Davey Addict says Akeem doesn't beat Tonio. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. You're right. But we're talking top guys in the world, say top 10. I think the winner here gets 120K. Beirut should get the best twerking bodybuilder on stage. Yeah, I don't. I hit your mandatory poses, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm not into stuff like that. Women's bikini over men's physique. Okay, not many people agree with that. Hassan Silencer. Not many. Joe Blast says if Andrew gets seriously down to business, he will take all of it. When Andrew Jack first came on the scene, that was the talk. Is that we were seeing Mr. Olympia in the making. You know, he's lost a little bit of that momentum. A little bit of that momentum. He has. It's unfortunate, but Andrew's really got to start playing the size game. Andrew really should be playing that size game because that's all he needs in order to come in and be Mr. Olympia. You know, 10 pounds, 12 pounds, whatever it might be. Gain the size, the quads, the arms. Bring them up. Bring them up. And you're going to be standing right there in the top three. Is Hadi in the middle of Ramadan currently? I actually don't know. I don't think so. Can Hadi beat Derek or not? Yeah, Hadi can beat Derek. He's beat him before. A lot of people argue that he beat Derek at the 2023 Olympia. A lot of people argue that. Most definitely, Hadi can defeat Derek. No question. No question. Soman says, I still think Derek got it because of the surprise factor, but Hadi should have got it. A lot of people agree with you. A lot of people agree with you. Davey Haddock says, this fork is almost crying as much as the men's bikini winner did in Ohio. My man. That was who was he's competing here too. His name's escaping me right now. Arnold was shocked, dude. Like Arnold was like, "Oh, it was Diogo Montenegro." I think Arnold was like, "I don't know." Arnold probably wondered if he was even going to let him compete in the Ohio. Why? I bet you he's going to keep a considerable distance if Diogo wins again. He'll be like, "No, dude, don't go there." Oh man, that's funny. For those of you that missed it, at the Arnold, Ohio, Diogo Montenegro in men's physique ended up winning the men's physique category, and he basically cried and leaned on Arnold's shoulder, like almost like he wanted Arnold to console him. Arnold didn't like it, man. He didn't like it. Oh, this girl is almost crying. Yeah, okay, I got you, Davey. I got you, man. I got you. I thought you were maybe eating something. I don't know, man. I don't know where I was going with that. I don't see the drive, dedication in Andrew that he needs in order to come out at the top, and he doesn't have the right coach. There's improvements to be made with Andrew Jacked, for sure. There's improvements there when it comes to, I think, his coach. Well, I mean, Chris Aceto being his coach, I don't think that Chris really pushed him hard enough. And I think that Andrew spent, I think he put too much faith into Psycho Lewis. I think he put too much faith into him. I don't think that style of training works for him. It was exciting at the time. Everybody loved following Andrew Jack, getting with Chris Aceto and getting pushed by Psycho Lewis. It made for a very exciting lead up to the 2022 Olympia. Or no, it was the 2023 Arnold Classic. But nah, it didn't do it for me. The results weren't there for Andrew. He needs something different. He is in the off season now. I'll make sure I get an update out on him when he's got something to show. All right, they're just bringing out the men's physique class now for the final awards. Only 6 guys in this category, and then you guys, we're moving right into the announcements for the winner of the men's open. So stick around. We're not far off now, you guys. Is that Rough Diesel? I think that's Rough Diesel. Yeah, right on. Rough Diesel handing out the sixth place award. All right, there's sixth place. Katim Willman or Hillman. Like I said, I don't follow men's physique, you guys. Respect, but it's just not what I follow. Don Cogs finally men's bikini is over. Man, they still rip on men's physique. That's funny. I think all the men's physique guys know it at this point. Amir B says, "How about Nick Walker? Can he defeat Derek and Hadi?" Ooh, that's a really good question. Yes, Nick does have the potential to beat both of those guys. I got a lot of faith in Nick Walker, man. I really do. If Nick can bring up the legs, I do think he has the potential. I do. I will say, not unlikely, but maybe less likely that Nick does that. But I think he has the potential. Yeah, I really do. Diesel looking like the security guard. Yeah, it's true. I used to work bar security actually back in 2012. I worked in a bar doing security. That was fun. Davey Attic. They should just say top six, all of you, and make them leave. Doesn't sound like you guys would be upset. Okay, Ryan Terry is giving out an award for what, third place here? Now, this is your current men's physique Olympia champion. A lot of people said that Ryan Terry taking the win uh, for the men's physique at the Olympia really sets a new precedence for not favoring so much size over what men's physique was really started for. The dude looks small here, let me tell you. Dude, I look as big as this guy. he's got to be he's got to be all natty at this point, bro. You know, I'm not going to start competing in men's physique though. No sir. What do you think? Hadi wins or Samson? I'm going to say Hadi. I'm going to say Hadi. You guys are killing it in the comments section. Really appreciate all you guys being here. Anybody that's new here, welcome to EP09. Be sure to like and subscribe. Really enjoy you guys being here. Vitor Chavez takes third place here. I don't know anything about men's physique, but I think this guy maybe has too much size for men's physique. He might consider classic. If he brought up the arms, he's got a good taper, he's got decent legs. He'd have to bring up the legs a bit, but anyway, that's me knowing nothing about men's physique, like I said. SK says, I think for Nick, more than the size of the legs, it's the length of the legs, which hurts his physique, but only from the front. I would add to that I think that Nick needs a better, and there's nothing he can do about it. To really have that quad sweep, he needs a higher insertion on the hip tie-in, and there's nothing he can do about that, you know? Guys that really have round legs like Hadi, they have that really high insertion point into the hip tie-in. I know what you're saying, though. I do. Hadi pulling a Jay Cutler at the Olympia. I hope so. That would make for a very exciting Olympia. Kevin Levrone handing out the award to Diogo Montenegro, taking second here, who actually won 2 weeks ago. I think Arnold wouldn't give him the win just because he didn't want him to cry on him again. That's my guess. So we have a new winner. Oh, Phil Heath is handing out the award here. Right on. Phil is looking jacked, bro. Holy shit, Phil. Come on, hit a front double, Phil. He's not gonna. It's funny, I care more about Phil Heath in a t-shirt than the rest of these guys. That just Phil Heath. Yeah, he's about to dwarf this guy. Corey Morris, your 2024 Arnold UK Men's Physique Champion. Look at the size of Phil, bro. Yeah. You know what, boys? You know what? The men's physique category was completely worth going through just to see Phil Heath on this stage. Look at the size of this guy. Yeah. The gift. Love it, man. All right, at least Arnold knows he's not going to get cried on here. Perfect. Rumble Rumble asks, where did I get my channel name? Does EP09 mean something? It certainly does. EP09 is actually something I came up with when I was living in a place called Eastern Passage in 2009. It was at that time in my life where I didn't care about anything else except eating, sleeping, training. That was my entire life at the time, man. I mean, it's still one of the biggest points of my life here, but I mean, I have family now. I have business that I run, you know, a home that I own, all these things, right? But at that time, bro, it was go time. I was an animal, absolute animal, dude. So that was the one time in my life when I can say that I lived the bodybuilding lifestyle. That's where EP09 came from. Yeah, I've been training for like 20 years. I can honestly say that for 20 years straight, I have consistently trained at least 4 or 5 days a week. Consistently. Maybe a week or two off in between every so often for injuries or whatever. But even when I go on vacation, boys, like I'm hitting the gym. It's just what I do. It's just what I do. You know, I had to start this channel because I didn't have an outlet for my love of bodybuilding. This is why I'm here. Phil's triceps, something else, man. Really, Like I said, it was worth it just to see Phil Heath on stage, man. It was worth it just to see Phil Heath on stage. Bob Ciccarello was trying to coerce Phil Heath to come back for the Arnold, Ohio, and win the 500 grand. Champ is Bumstead again. More than likely, Bumstead will take home the win for the classic physique. I think that's probably what'll happen. SK says, would love to see a photo comparison with EP09 versus Mark's Max Muscle. You know, I was considering doing the Mark's Max Muscle Invitational, but, Mark's kind of approached me about being a judge there. So I certainly couldn't compete in it if I was being a judge. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I actually might hire. Me and Robin Strand have been talking lately. Um, about him coaching me. Who knows? Who knows? We're talking about it. We really only started talking about it there like the last day or two. So we'll see. We'll see. Maybe he could bring me into that show. That'd be cool. Andrew and Samson is all hype, nothing else. Nick was out. He comes back and makes better progress with what was being called bricks than those two hyped genetic breeds. Look, I've been behind Nick Walker from the start, man. I was behind Nick right from when he won that New York Pro. I knew that Nick Walker was one of the next big things in bodybuilding. I had no doubt in my mind. All right, you guys, they're bringing out the men's open to give out the final awards. This is it. This is what we've been waiting for. This is what we've been waiting for. Last chance to get into the comments. Let me know who you guys have in your top 4. Let's see it. Let's see it. This is your last chance, guys. I'm going to call it, not to give you guys too much influence, but I'm going to call it. I've got John De La Rosa in 4th, Akeem Williams in 3rd. I'm going to have Samson in 2nd and Hadi in 1st. 6th place here, you guys. 6th place. I'm going to say Antoine. I'd say Antoine is taking 6th here. Oh, Davey Addict said I was going to do the Mark's Max Muscle Invitational, but I'm actively competing in the NPC, so I don't think I'm allowed. You're not a pro. You're not a pro. I think you'd be allowed. Oh, wow. Muhammad Shaban takes 6th place here. Really? Now that's surprising. That surprises me. I I would not have thought that Muhammad Shaban deserved 6th place here. I'm shocked. I'm shocked. Is it because he had more muscle than Antoine? Maybe. I I'm gonna have to see the HD footage. Go back on that one. I'm surprised. All right, well, 5th place coming up. So far, I was wrong. 5th place, I'm gonna say James Hollingshead. Yep, I'm gonna say James. 5th place, James Hollingshead. Yep. James showed up here with a strategy that was definitely unconventional, where he wanted to intentionally spill over and then try to dry out. And I don't think that served him very well. I don't think it served him very well. James claims to be uncoachable, but James either needs to figure out how to bring himself in, or he needs to find a coach that works with him. James, if he really wants to get to a point where he's, top 10 at the Olympia, I think he needs help. Did he have a good showing here? Yeah, he had a good showing. Was it great? No. I think we've seen better versions of James. This was a good version of James, though. Don't get me wrong. 4th place, John De La Rosa. Yes. There we go. John De La Rosa, 4th place. I think John showed up here with just, like I said, a little bit less than that razor sharp conditioning that we're typically seeing from John. And I think that's what ultimately cost him, the 3rd place spot. So John De La Rosa takes fourth place. Very good, very good. And you know, the fact of the matter is, you guys, Akeem Williams was just so good. Akeem was just so good here, you know? Really good. So, third place coming up. Oh, Ryan Terry, who looks like I could stand on stage with him right now. Bro should have wore a sweater. Let's see. Third place, Akeem Williams. A very well deserved third place, you guys. This was a fantastic showing from Akeem Williams. And this really shows that Akeem still has what it takes to be one of the best in the world. I think that if Akeem can continue to bring in that conditioning, that he would have a chance at finishing top 10 at the Olympia. You know, put him next to Charles Griffin. I think you'd see a serious comparison with better conditioning. Congratulations to Akeem. Man, really happy for him. Really happy for him. All right, here it is, you guys. This is it. This is it. It comes down to two. And they're bringing out Phil Heath again. God bless him. Last chance to get in those final comments, you guys. Who's going to take it home? Hadi Choopan or Samson Dauda? Who's really made the improvements? Who's going to take the Arnold UK title and ride that momentum train all year? It's coming, you guys. It's coming. The suspense is killing me. The suspense is killing me. All right, all right. Second place, they're going to call it second place. Samson Dauda takes second place for the second Arnold Classic in a row in only 2 weeks. Samson Dauda, the former Arnold Classic champion in 2023, takes home his second consecutive second place finish, which means we have a champion in Hadi Choopan winning 2 Arnold Classics in only 2 weeks, you guys. That is an incredible, incredible accomplishment. Absolutely incredible. Samson, I think, showed up here with just maybe a little bit less of conditioning than what he needed in order to beat Hadi. Samson's been through a lot in the last week. You know, he had sickness that he had to deal with. He had social media that he had to deal with. He dropped Milo Sarshev as his coach only 1 week from the show. But even still, this was, I still think, a respectable placing for Samson. I think it was a respectable presentation from Samson. And I think he's earned a break. And once he takes that break and figures out that conditioning factor again, you're going to see Samson come back. And I think he's still a top 3 Olympian. Which brings us, you guys, right down to our first place. Look at the jump from Hadi. First place goes to Hadi Choopan, and he is excited, you guys. He is very excited. We've got Ronnie Coleman, the king, handing out the award for first place. Absolutely fantastic. Actually, Hadi got ahead of himself a little bit. They didn't officially say that Hadi won. They are now. And Hadi is indeed your 2024 Arnold UK champion. Takes home a cool $120,000 check, the first place trophy, and 2 Arnold Classic wins in only 2 weeks. Absolutely incredible. Hadi showed up here with only 1 day to be able to prepare and drop that water weight from his flight. Absolutely incredible. He showed up within 24 hours, walked off the plane to be ready for this show. That is not something that you see happen very often, you guys. Typically, competitors, when they don't show up a week in advance, it costs them their placings because they just hold so much water. We did not see that here with Hadi. He showed up very respectable and in the lead after prejudging, and he really, I think, shut the door here at finals when it comes right down to it. So there it is, your winner, Hadi Choopan. And this definitely puts Hadi right back into the position of being the number one contender to regain that Olympia title. And if he does, he will be the first one to do so since Jay Cutler lost the title to Dexter Jackson in 2008 and came back to win it the next year with a renewed physique in 2009. Can Hadi Choopan do it? Can he join that club with only one current member being Jay Cutler? As of right now, I actually think he can. I think Derek should be very, very nervous right now. And like I said earlier, if Derek has been working hard, he better start working harder. If I was Derek, I would be calling up Hadi and being like, listen, we got to do more, whatever it's going to take, man. If Derek has been holding back on anything, it's time to throw those things away and go all out because Hadi is not going to hold back. So let me know what you guys think of these placings. Let me know. Let's see. So many Olympia titles on that stage together. Yeah, man, there is. That's fantastic, you know? Actually, probably the most that you'd see on any stage. That's fantastic. So Hadi's saying here that he just gets a lot of energy from everybody that's really a big fan of him and Phil Heath, Ronnie Coleman, the other competitors. All these things really, really get Hadi fired up. Now, of course, we know that's him being a Hubble champion. What really fires him up is losing his Olympia title and coming back pissed off and wanting to win everything in the world, which he's won two very, very big titles. Let's see Hadi do the New York Pro. Just kidding. We're not going to see that. It'd be good, but we won't see it. Arnold actually thinks that Hadi was better here than he was in Ohio. That's interesting. Davey Addick says, I loved seeing Hadi picking up and congratulating Samson. Yeah, me too. That's great to see. The camaraderie in this sport is, I mean, these guys do have respect for each other. You know, they all work very hard. They do. And everybody respects that. Kai Rug says, if Derek can't improve his softness from the front, Hadi's going to kill him. Yeah, he is. Yeah. Derek, like I said, Derek should be nervous. Derek should be very nervous. So, yeah, Hadi's saying here that he really wanted to set a precedence for, being in a position of coming back and really just being undeniable, right? So, fantastic. Fantastic. Ar- Arnold's trying to find out where Phil Heath is. Listen, if Arnold Schwarzenegger asks for you, Phil better come running. Now, Phil has seven. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So, Arnold said that between him, Ronnie, Phil, there was 22 Olympia titles, and Hadi, 22 Olympia titles on that stage alone. Very good. Jerry Jones says Hadi blew Samson at the Arnold, Ohio. I think Hadi definitely was further ahead than Samson at the Ohio, but he was the clear winner here. I think he was. All right, no big announcement from Arnold about any prize money increases or anything, but he did just significantly increase that prize money for the Ohio show. That's for sure. So, no, very good, very good. So, there you have it, you guys. We have, let's see, surprisingly, Mo Shaban taking sixth place here. That was a big surprise to me. Fifth place, we had James Hollingshead. Fourth place, we did end up with John De La Rosa. Third place, we had Akeem Williams, who showed up much, much improved from previous packages that we've seen. Very deserved third place, in my opinion. Second place, Samson Dauda. And first place, Hadi Choopan. What a fantastic show. For having so few competitors, this was really exciting. Really exciting. So there you go, you guys. All right, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it here before we sign off. Let's talk about it. Let's see what you guys are saying. Hadi lives and breathes bodybuilding, and it shows. It does. It does. Hadi is bodybuilding, and he's an animal. Nobody trains as hard as Hadi. Nobody. Almost to a fault, I would say. But he pushes big weight for high reps. Hadi's an animal, man. He's a different breed. He really is a different breed. So he's just enjoying himself now, and he should. He's a two-time Arnold Classic champion in 2 weeks. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. Well, it looks like the live stream wants to start screwing up. Well, this is the time for it to do it. Yeah, this is the time for it to do it. So there you go, you guys. That is the Arnold Classic UK 2024. Davey Addict says, I'm off to do cardio. Love the stream. EP09 is the best. Thanks for the interactions. Great community. Hey, thanks a lot for being here, Davey. I'll see you in the comment section of the next video, bro. I really appreciate all you guys being here. Thank you so much for everybody that tuned into my live stream here. I've got almost 10,000 views on this stream alone. I gained a bunch of new subscribers. I hope that everybody that came here is going to follow me throughout the rest of the bodybuilding season, because we're going to have coverage throughout the entire season here, you guys. Stay tuned. This is going to be a hell of a season. I got a feeling this is going to be one for the history books. But let's talk about it some more. Joe Blast says, do you ever wonder if Hani got favorites with his two clients? I think that Hani Rambod is a professional. I think that he puts his all into all of his clients. And no, I don't think that he does have a favorite. No, I don't think so. Kasperi Sokonen, I don't want to mispronounce your name, I'm sorry, but it says deserved, but you can't deny Samson didn't improve. He improved a bit. He did. I think so. JK says, just hope Samson doesn't give up and he gets it figured out. Oh, he's not giving up. No, he's in this, man, He's going to come back better. I think he will. Kai Rook says, Nick in the New York Pro appearance will decide how things are going to go at the 2024 Olympia. It's going to be a factor. Definitely going to be a factor. Spencer Bradley says, I had EP09 in first place. You are the man, Spencer Bradley. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you. No, this was a great show, man. This was a great show. This was a great live stream. Peter says, great to see the interaction with the audience. Oh, that's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. Amir says, how do you see Big Ramy? He has a chance to return to the championship or not? We'll see. It's going to be a long road for Ramy. SK says, thanks, EP. Hey, thanks for being here, SK. Thanks a lot, man. Black Patron, thanks for having us, man. It's nice to have a place to chat about the show. Yeah, for me too. For me too. It really is. It's great to have all you guys here. Like I said, I really enjoyed the interaction here, and I'm going to do more of these live streams throughout the year. We may not be able to actually stream the shows, but I'll do screenshots. I'll do updates of these guys as things go along. We'll keep it interesting, and I'll bring you guys the updates in real time. So we'll keep it going. Let's see. Enes Khan, thanks, man. Thank you for being here. SK says, so excited for New York, Dubai, and Arnold, Brazil. Yeah, me too, man. And Detroit Pro's coming up, too. Detroit Pro's only in a couple weeks. Olaf Meyer says, thanks, EP, for all your efforts. Hey, I appreciate you guys being here. Spencer Bradley says Samson's next coach. I don't know, man. He's not giving any hints on that right now. We'll keep following Fuad's channel and see if they come up with anything else. I really don't know. JK says EP09 rules. No, you rule for being here, bro. SK says, just want to hear what Fuad has to say now. Yeah, me too. Yeah, I'll be tuning into the next bro chat, and I'll do a reaction. I'll do a reaction to see what Fuad has to say. It'll be interesting. Black Patriot says, no shame in placing second to Hadi Choopan. Samson should keep his head held high, and Samson will. Samson absolutely will keep his head held high on this one. Samson is a professional, and Samson enjoys the journey of bodybuilding. Samson is going to walk away from this still feeling fantastic. Don't worry about that. A lot of great Hadi Choopan fans out there. That's awesome. Guys, I've got people from all over the world tuning into this live stream. You guys are wicked. I really do appreciate all you guys. Stepin Artudi, great live stream. Appreciate you being here, man. Really do. So let's wrap this up. Let's wrap this up, you guys. Let's go through it once more. We had prejudging where Hadi Choopan showed up a day before the show, getting off of a flight, still looked fantastic. Samson, although slightly improved, there was still a significant gap, I think, between Hadi and Samson. And Hadi showed up very, very much improved for the finals. And that's ultimately what got him the win. Akeem Williams, another huge accomplishment for Akeem. I think he did fantastic here. I think he deserved third place. And I think part of it was that Akeem was so good. But John De La Rosa also left the door open just a little bit. Well, actually, not even a little bit. John De La Rosa left the door open, I think, quite a bit. But John takes home fourth place here. James Hollingshead, I think, just had a poor strategy of spilling over and trying to dry out, a few days before the show. I think he'll learn from that, and hopefully he can find a coach to be able to bring him in the future. James takes fifth place. And surprisingly enough, Mohamed Shaban takes sixth place here ahead of Antoine Vaillant, which I honestly just don't agree with. I'll be interested to see if there's any industry experts out there that have something to say about that. Antoine, I think, should have taken sixth all day. SK says, what's the prize money split for this show? I'm actually not sure. The winner of the men's open took home $120,000. That I know for sure, but I'm not sure otherwise. I don't know. But look, guys, let's wrap this up. I'm going to shut this down. Again, thank you, everyone, for tuning into the live stream. If you're new here, thank you for being here. Make sure to like and subscribe. We're going to have awesome bodybuilding content for you guys all year long. I'll do all the live streams, as many as I can. The vast majority I'll definitely get in. And I'll keep doing my news videos for you guys. Again, thank you very, very much for being here, you guys. I'm going to shut it down right here. Again, thank you for tuning